Hi, gorgeous. This is Gio, and today I will be diving a little deep, and kind of explaining the structure of the channel, or how I actually would like to call it, the library. AstrOptimism is designed to be a structure as a library where you can find a lot of tools and perspectives on astrology anytime that you need. That is my biggest intention and the vision I am grounding and working on for this library here for all of us. It truly is one of my seeds into the collective consciousness, and it's something that I am called to do and more than honored, especially since I was invited, and I couldn't be more grateful and joyful to just be here to share and for you to expand and enjoy and bring this love and light to people and everyone around you. You never know how much you can impact people's lives by just being and sharing and being present. So last video was more of the intention I was planting for the library. Today is more about explaining how it will be broken down, what type of astrology you can think of, how you can utilize this channel and navigate through it, and what ways you can watch videos and all of this. So I'll mostly will be organizing the channel in archetypes, as I mentioned before. With archetypes, I mean how this energy develops and structures and shows up in many different ways, how many different things can symbolize and embody kind of the energy of, well, whatever specific energy we're talking about in the moment. So the way that's embodied helps a lot for our brains to connect it and to make more sense, and for us to be easier to digest and utilize the information in a practical way. With this, what I want to do and what my intention is make it as real, as raw, as natural as possible. That way it's just easy to comprehend and easy to kind of connect and linked in the real world and in your day-to-day, where you can look at something and just think like, oh, that's Aries archetype is embodying a lot of Aries energy. Or even when you meet someone, it's easier to even guess their sign, because I'm being honest, it's a little hard to guess someone's signs, even as you're as intuitive as you can be, because we have a lot of energy within us. Our whole chart, most of the time, what people get and receive from us right away is their rising sign energy too, or ascendant. So it can be a little tricky to even get what energy you're getting from someone, but just being aware of how energy can manifest in a lot of different ways through many different archetypes. When you see certain traits, certain patterns of thought, or just certain behaviors, it's easy to kind of observe, and then when you learn and investigate more and even get to know this person more and know where they're actually coming from and what their energy looks like and their chart, even, you start to connect those traits and behaviors, and it all starts making more sense. It's you kind of create your whole database of knowledge and tools that you can implement to then, when it's the moment when you need them, you know exactly where they are, so your brain can just grab it and utilize that piece of information. Utilizing our brains a lot, especially neuroplasticity and many other different tools, honestly, when it comes to rewiring the brain and the subconscious and understanding our own energies. That's why I consider astrology very useful in a lot of different ways. Very, very useful, more in a way on understanding ourselves and in understanding the world and understanding each other, understanding this whole collective consciousness even, and how we can add to that based on how we ourselves function. Just because a certain model or thought patterns of behaviors work for certain people to achieve success doesn't mean those exact steps will be the same ones that will apply to you. It could actually be the opposite. Maybe whatever they're doing could actually just drain you and keep you away from success, since yours is and just manifested in a different way and meant to be evolved in its unique way. That's why we all have our chart or map, our own little design that the more we nourish and the more we expand and the more we work on, the more we know ourselves and expand ourselves, the more ourselves we can be, the better selves we can be. That way we can interact at our best with the best of the world. And it's beautiful because then no matter what happens and whatever comes to you, you're able to navigate it in a way and just, okay, it's fine. How can I utilize it though? How am I utilizing whatever is happening? It doesn't matter if everything's falling apart. Sometimes everything has to fall apart in order for it to come together. Maybe something needs to be destroyed in order for a new thing to be born. And how we can live out of this cycle and actually just observe things as they come and work with them as they come. In AstrOptimism, it will be approached in a way of how we can utilize the tools that we have as much as we can. And that's it. That's what knowledge is for. Yes, you can have all the knowledge you want. Wisdom is when you actually apply it. So let's be wise and let's actually practice things every day and just be what we preach. In AstrOptimism, I will be structuring the library. First, I will be starting with archetypes, sign archetypes. Not so much of sun signs, sun and Aries archetype. No, when I talk Aries archetype, it's literally Aries energy in general. Raw, pure Aries energy. That could apply for any planet, that could apply for any house, anybody. It's just Aries energy, period. That could be used for a lot of different things, and it's just explaining the essence of, in this case, let's say Aries archetype. After the signs, after the archetypes, there will be the planets archetypes. Again, not the sun in Aries, more of the sun archetype, but the sun and your sun sign. You know, the sun and the sign that everyone knows. You know, when you ask someone what their sign is, that's their sun sign. What that sun sign truly is about, because that's the thing. We can talk a lot about the moon, we can talk a lot about Venus, about your rising, but the sun, what everyone knows, what part of you truly embodies. Because yes, there's different planets and signs, and they all display different traits that you have, even in your chart. But our sun sign, what truly their role is. So the sun, we'll be exploring the sun, the moon, Venus, Mars, every single planet and its archetype. Will have every single planet and every single sign and its own archetype. Will have every single planet and every single house. Will have every single house and its archetype by itself too, so you can explore the energy of the house regardless of what sign it's in. But we will also have every single house and whatever sign it's in. But then also, if you wanted to go to the library and explore, let's say, the energy of the 8th house, and you know you have your 8th house in Gemini, so you go to the Gemini archetype video, because it's just plain in Gemini, pure, raw, authentic Gemini energy. and just apply that with the 8th house archetype energy and just fuse them, merge them, that alone makes it unique to you, makes it super flexible for anyone to just explore whatever part of your chart that you want. We'll be covering asteroids, we'll be covering degrees, we'll be covering aspects. There's so much in astrology to cover. Other than flexible, I also want to make it very expansive and collective, because it doesn't matter what kind of astrology you use. If you use tropical, if you use sidereal, because then this will be pure raw archetypes. And with the archetypes, it doesn't matter how the stars are moving in the moment. We're not going to be talking transits as of right now, because like I said, it is a library. It is something that is timeless. It is something that is endless. It is something that will be there even after I die, and will be there for people anytime that they want. It will be there for anyone to access whenever they need it, whenever it comes in their path. That alone beats time. Just like I said, even after I die, that will be there to help people. To help people be the best versions of themselves, to help people know themselves, to help people know the world, to help people inspire others, to help people expand, and to help people evolve with tools that have been used for generations and generations and generations. Say the same way, we keep using them and we keep sharing them because of how sacred they are and how impactful they are for every single one of us. So that's why this is something very special to me. It is a library of perspective, a library on energy, and a library to help whoever comes across this. A library that is open for everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter what you believe in, doesn't matter what kind of astrology you use, what kind of astrology you study. It doesn't matter what language you speak, because as of right now, this is in English, but it's common in different languages, especially your book. There is an AstrOptimism guide, a complete guide that's common. It will be divided in 5 books, but there will also be a complete guide, a complete encyclopedia of AstrOptimism's archetypes. There will be new concepts included, and a lot of different innovative things that are part of our whole evolution. So I am very just grateful and inspired and very full of light, and just excited to share, excited to connect, and excited to add to this collective consciousness together. So thank you so much for joining in this library, in this journey, in this expansive consciousness. And there will be affirmations too in line with value. There will be binaural audios. There will be meditations. There will be a lot of different frequencies too, and lucid synchrony. Let's vibe.